KSI versus DanTDM. What sort of alternate fucking timeline are we actually living in? These two are some of the most I used to watch grow up. What the fuck am I trying to say? These two are some of the people I used to watch the most growing up as a child. So to see them going at it, I feel like an orphan child. I say going at it. DanTDM's made one tweet and KSI's put out about 10. 31 years of age, by the way. DanTDM's only a year older, and I swear he's got a child and a family. And then we got JJ, who's releasing just shit music. But we'll circle back to that in a little bit. But my point being is, I love these two. I used to watch them so much, so to see this is quite unfortunate. But out of the two, I would watch KSI more, so to see KSI acting the way he's been acting is just, you know, it's embarrassing to see. It's not the JJ I grew up watching. But I thought in this video, we'd quickly recap the timeline of events, and I'm not going to milk this video to 8 minutes like some people. Genuinely, there's been people that put out an 8-minute video every time KSI tweets. Like, it's not that interesting. There's not that much to talk about. So instead of doing that, I thought I'd just put out one big video to go over everything that's happened. So for a little bit of backstory, all of this started because of KSI, MrBeast, and Logan Paul launching a new product called Lunchly. And what Lunchly is a competitor to Lunchables, which is basically just a lunchtime snack. And in this, it has KSI and Logan Paul's product Prime, which is the energy drink, as well as MrBeast's Feastables bar. Now, already this is just a trio of controversy. I mean, MrBeast, like, do I even have to explain? Logan Paul got a lot of backlash for the whole crypto zoo thing, and then KSI is just... Well, KSI. I do think there's a lot of unnecessary hate to KSI, though. Like, a lot of people will just hate on him for no reason. I do want to make it clear I'm not a KSI hater, as I'll expand upon later in the video. But KSI got a lot of backlash over Prime and partnering with Logan Paul, which is fair enough. But anyway, the trio announced Lunchly, and it got a lot of criticism. People essentially saying it's just another way that YouTubers are just shilling. And this is the part where I disagree. I don't actually see anything wrong with Lunchly. I think it's actually a pretty decent product. Like, in the end of the day, if it is actually doing everything that Lunchables does, but it's more healthy, then why is that an issue? Some people will complain that YouTubers will just try to sell you anything these days, but like KSI said, it is the next step. You go from a YouTuber to opening up a few business ventures, and I don't see anything inherently wrong with Lunchly. But on the other side, I can see why some people may see this as a shill, or just, you know, YouTubers shoving shit down your throat. And you see how big Prime got, you see how big Feastables got. It looks like YouTubers kind of taking over. So while I do see both sides of the fence, I really don't see an issue with it, especially if it is actually healthier than Lunchables. However, DanTDM did not agree, and he put out a tweet saying, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust people who are selling it to them. Do better." And again, I do see where he's coming from. Like, a lot of the audience of MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI are kids, impressionable kids, which will literally just buy anything. These are the same young, impressionable kids that are buying Feastable bars, buying Prime bottles just for the sake of buying them because they think they're cool or whatever. So having both of these packaged into one, of course, these kids, these impressionable kids, are going to want to buy it. So again, I do see where Dan's coming from, but at the same time, I don't see the problem. Because you got to think, these kids are probably buying Lunchables as it is. Like, they're a lunchtime snack targeted towards children. The only difference is with Lunchly is that it's YouTubers doing it. And again, if the YouTubers are doing it better and like a healthier alternative, I don't see the issue with that. But then, like I said, I can see where Dan is coming from, and I can see why people would think that way. So up until this point, I was pretty much on KSI's side until his response. Let me correct myself, responses, because oh my god, this man has put out so much as a response to this one tweet. So first of all, KSI responded by just talking about how DanTDM has, you know, promoted shit in the past, partnering with U2s and stuff, etc. Which, by the way, KSI has done the exact same thing, as well as when Dan was sponsored to talk about this food product. Pretty much every big YouTuber has merch. Like, that's just something that's given. It's a way for their fans to support them by buying their product. And as for the food product sponsorship, that was an 11-year-old video posted on Dan's second account. Really? But even then, there's nothing wrong with YouTubers doing sponsorships. Like, it's a great way to benefit the brand they're promoting, but also benefit the YouTuber. But I think the big difference between this is it's not that DanTDM's actually owning any of these products. They're just collabs with other existing companies. It's not like DanTDM owns U2s, or he doesn't own this food company, whereas obviously KSI owns Prime, and then he owns a bit of Lunchly now. And where stuff like merch is a lot more niche, like it's selling just to specifically your fans, I suppose something like Lunchly is targeting a wider audience, and again, going for young, impressionable kids that might see it in the supermarket or whatever. Whereas merch is extremely niche. Like, you're not going to go and buy a DanTDM figure if you have no idea who DanTDM is. Especially these days, like, Like, the snotty kids are all talking about Skibbity Toilet and Prime and shit. They're not talking about DanTDM. But them same snotty, impressionable kids would go and buy something because it has Prime or Lunchables and Mr. Beast and Logan Paul plastered all over it. So I can see the difference. Anyways, at the same time all of this was happening, Marcus Brownlee was getting a lot of backlash for his wallpaper app because there was a $50 a year subscription option. A lot of brain dead troglodytes instantly thought the app cost 50 quid, which just wasn't the case. There was just a premium version, as with most apps. But then KSI decided to quote retweet basically the exact same thing that DanTDM said as a response to this Marcus Brownlee thing. Again, just kind of pointless. Like, are we 12 years old? What are we doing? He could have just left it at the initial response, but by doing this, I think that put a lot of people off KSI and turned more to DanTDM's side. Because throughout this whole situation, DanTDM has not once tweeted back, as he more than likely has more important things to tend to, such as raising a family. Anyways, after a little bit, KSI decided to put out a fake apology link to DanTDM, and what it actually was a link that took you to pre-save his new song, which, might I add, his new song sounds absolutely fucking horrendous. Now, I'm not just saying that as a KSI hater, because I'm not a KSI hater by any means, but obviously I grew up watching loads of KSI and the Sidemen. I love KSI, and I actually used to listen to a lot of his music. As you can see by my Spotify stats, like back in 21, 22, and even a bit of 2023, I was listening to quite a bit of KSI, and it's because I truly believe some of the music he was putting out back then was actually decent. Like, I actually used to fuck with KSI's music for a bit, and while a lot of people hated his music blindly, just saying, oh, it's shit because it's KSI, I used to actually defend his music. Now, you can make your own opinions on me after that. I don't really care. My point being, I fuck with KSI's music, so I'm not just blindly hating. This is a crap song. This sounds absolutely shit to me, and it seems like most of the internet shares the same opinion. KSI even quoting tweets that are making fun of him. Anyways, he'd quote retweet the apology link a few times because he kept getting community noted, which is pretty funny. And then he'd tweet, thanks for the free promo, pussy, at DanTDM, DM me your bank details for the payment, LMAO. Again, like, the fact this guy's still going on like a week later, jarring. Just let it go, man, at this point. Then he put out a fake apology video, which we all could have expected. Like, there's no way he's gonna actually apologize, and it was just fucking embarrassing.
Stay mad, DanTDM fans. Womp womp.
31 years of age, by the way. And more recently today, KSI has basically announced that he's going to be teaming up with McDonald's for some sort of promo, and KSI just quote retweeted it saying, DanTDM, where you at? Oh, as well as this, he's put out a little snippet for his song, and at the end it had like a diamond, and yeah. It's kind of mad how far KSI has taken it over one tweet, and I have no doubt by the time I finished editing this video, there'll be like another 5 tweets. Now, the outcome of all of this is that a lot of people are perhaps not too fond and lost a lot of respect for KSI, acting like a full-on man-child over one tweet from a fucking Minecraft YouTuber. People's respect for DanTDM will just stay as it is. Like, he's not lost anyone's respect over this. He hasn't done anything. And on top of this, this doesn't look good for the Lunchly brand that one of their owners is acting like a full-on child on the internet. And in the end of the day, it is just a shame to see KSI acting this way. Now, I still fuck with KSI. I don't mind him. But this definitely has taken a bit of a hit on his reputation and will turn a lot of people against him. Maybe he'll actually end up apologizing, but I think it's more likely that pigs will fly by then. Anyways, we're going to wrap up the video here because it's gone on a lot longer than I thought it would. Comment your guys' thoughts on the situation in the comments below, and if there is any updates to the situation, any big updates, I'll make another video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.